Loneliness is dangerous, it's addicting. Once you see how peaceful it is, you don't want to deal with people. Even though this quote isn't attributed to Miyamoto Musashi, he thrived in solitude and left 21 precepts that encouraged us to embrace the path of solitude. Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary Japanese swordsman, philosopher, and strategist, is renowned for his exceptional swordsmanship and profound insights into life and combat. Alongside his renowned work, The Book of Five Rings, Musashi left behind another significant piece of wisdom known as Dokkodo, meaning the Path of Aloneness, or the way of walking alone. The Dokkodo consists of 21 ethical principles or precepts that provide guidance for personal conduct and spiritual development. In this video, we will explore the profound teachings of Miyamoto Musashi encapsulated within the Dokkodo. 21 principles of Miyamoto Musashi's Dokkodo. 1. Accept everything just the way it is. This principle encourages us to embrace reality as it is, without resistance or denial. It urges us to let go of our desire to control or change external circumstances, and instead cultivate a sense of inner peace and acceptance. By accepting the present moment and all that it entails, we can navigate difficulties with resilience and adaptability. Also, it brings us a sense of calm and peace of mind when we abandon the need to control external circumstances, and we pass no judgments on the things that happen in our lives, which can bring us a lot of self-inflicted suffering. This doesn't mean passively resigning ourselves to circumstances, but rather acknowledging them and responding in a constructive and proactive manner. 2. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. This principle advises against pursuing transient pleasures that may distract us from our true purpose and lead to attachment and dissatisfaction. This is particularly useful in our current world of social media and the instant gratifications it can offer. It has never been so easy to obtain pleasure in the history of humans like it is today. A person does not need to leave the safety of his home to receive any kind of pleasure he desires. Now it takes a lot of self-control to resist the urges of constantly gratifying oneself. This principle reminds us that seeking pleasure solely for its own sake can become a never-ending cycle of desire and dependency. True fulfillment comes from endeavors aligned with our values, personal growth, and making a positive impact on the world. It calls for cultivating meaningful relationships, pursuing passions and goals that bring us joy, and finding fulfillment in the journey rather than solely focusing on the outcome. 3. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. This principle cautions us against making decisions solely based on fleeting emotions or biases. Musashi advises us to seek a broader perspective, considering multiple viewpoints and gathering sufficient information before making judgments. Acting on partial feelings can lead to impulsive and irrational decisions that we may regret later. By cultivating emotional intelligence and rational thinking, we can make more informed choices and avoid unnecessary conflicts or mistakes. 4. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. This principle emphasizes the importance of humility and a broad-minded approach. It encourages us to let go of excessive ego and self-centeredness, recognizing our interconnectedness with the world around us. When we think lightly of ourselves, we become more open to learning from others, valuing their perspectives and appreciating the diversity of human experiences. By developing a deep understanding and empathy for the world, we cultivate a sense of compassion, respect, and a greater appreciation for the interconnected web of life. 5. Be detached from desire your whole life long. Detachment from desires and material possessions is a recurring theme in Musashi's teachings. This principle invites us to recognize the transient nature of external attachments and the suffering that can arise from clinging to them. It encourages us to cultivate non-attachment, acknowledging that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, rather than from external circumstances or possessions. By letting go of excessive desires, we free ourselves from their hold and find inner contentment and peace. 6. Do not regret what you have done. Regret can burden the mind and hinder personal growth. Musashi advises us to learn from our experiences, whether they resulted in success or failure, and to move forward without dwelling on past mistakes. This principle encourages us to embrace a mindset of learning and resilience. It reminds us that each experience, regardless of the outcome, provides an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Rather than being weighed down by regret, we can focus on the lessons learned and apply them to create a better future. 7. Never be jealous. Jealousy often arises from a sense of lacking or comparing oneself to others. Musashi advises us not to feel threatened or envious of the accomplishments and talents of others. Instead, he encourages us to celebrate their success and find inspiration in their achievements. This principle invites us to cultivate a mindset of abundance, recognizing that there is enough success and recognition for everyone. By embracing a supportive and collaborative mindset, we foster harmonious relationships and create an environment conducive to personal and collective growth. 8. Never let yourself be saddened by separation. This principle teaches us to accept the impermanence of relationships and the inevitability of parting ways with people or circumstances. It encourages us to cherish the time we have with others and to let go gracefully when the time for separation comes. While separation may bring sadness and a sense of loss, this principle reminds us that the memories and experiences shared remain valuable, even if the physical presence is no longer there. It encourages us to focus on gratitude for the moments we have shared and to carry the lessons and connections with us as we continue on our individual paths. 9. Resentment and complaint are appropriate neither for oneself nor others. This principle advises against holding on to resentment or engaging in habitual complaining. Such negative emotions and behaviors only drain our energy and contribute to a negative mindset. Resentment towards ourselves or others hinders personal growth and damages relationships. Instead, this principle encourages us to cultivate forgiveness, understanding, and a constructive approach to resolving conflicts. By letting go of grudges and focusing on positive solutions, we can foster healthier relationships and a more peaceful inner state. 10. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. Musashi acknowledges the power of emotions such as lust and infatuation, but advises us to approach them with mindfulness and discernment. This principle reminds us not to let these emotions cloud our judgment or lead us astray. While love and attraction are natural and beautiful aspects of human experience, allowing ourselves to be solely guided by them can lead to irrational decisions and suffering. It encourages us to cultivate self-awareness, emotional balance, and to make choices that align with our values and long-term well-being. 11. In all things, have no preferences. Having preferences can lead to biases, attachments, and conflicts. Musashi suggests cultivating equanimity and open-mindedness, free from strong likes or dislikes. This principle invites us to approach situations with an unbiased mindset, considering multiple perspectives and possibilities. By embracing a mindset of non-attachment to outcomes, we can remain adaptable, unbiased, and open to new experiences and perspectives. It allows us to respond to life circumstances with greater flexibility and grace. 12. Be indifferent to where you live. This principle teaches us to detach our sense of identity and happiness from our physical surroundings. Musashi advises against becoming overly attached to a specific location or environment. Instead, he encourages us to find contentment within ourselves and to adapt to different circumstances. By cultivating inner peace and flexibility, we can navigate life's changes with greater ease and resilience. This principle reminds us that our true home resides within our hearts and minds, and that our happiness is not solely dependent on external factors. 13. Do not pursue the taste of good food. Musashi advises us not to indulge excessively in sensory pleasures such as food or drink. While acknowledging the enjoyment of these experiences, he warns against becoming enslaved to them. This principle encourages us to practice moderation, self-discipline, and mindfulness in our relationship with food. It reminds us to nourish our bodies in a balanced and healthy way, rather than using food as a means of seeking constant gratification. By cultivating a mindful and balanced approach to eating, we can maintain physical well-being and avoid the negative consequences of excessive indulgence. 14. Do not hold on to possessions you no longer need. This principle promotes decluttering both physically and mentally. Musashi advises us to let go of possessions that no longer serve a purpose or hold significance in our lives. By doing so, we create space for new experiences, reduce attachment to material things, and minimize the burden of unnecessary possessions. This principle encourages us to adopt a mindset of simplicity and non-attachment, recognizing that true wealth lies not in accumulation, but in the freedom and clarity that come from owning only what is truly necessary. 15. Do not act following customary beliefs. Musashi encourages independent thinking and the questioning of societal norms. He advises us to examine our actions and beliefs critically, considering their true value and relevance. This principle teaches us to be open to new ideas and perspectives, and to make choices based on our own principles and values rather than blindly following tradition or the expectations of others. By thinking critically and independently, we can avoid conformity and discover our own authentic path, fostering personal growth and genuine self-expression. 16. Do not collect weapons or practice with weapons beyond what is useful. As a renowned swordsman, Musashi advises against excessive fixation on weaponry. This principle can be interpreted metaphorically as well, urging us not to become overly attached to tools or skills beyond their practical utility. By focusing on essential skills and knowledge, we can avoid distractions and maintain effectiveness in our pursuits. It reminds us to prioritize mastery and efficiency over the accumulation of unnecessary resources or skills that may divert us from our true objectives. 17. Do not fear death. Musashi's philosophy often emphasizes the acceptance of mortality. This principle encourages us to acknowledge the inevitability of death and to appreciate the preciousness of life. It teaches us to live with courage, to face our fears, and to make the most of each moment. By accepting the transient nature of existence, we can find the motivation to live fully and authentically without being paralyzed by the fear of death. This principle invites us to embrace life with gratitude and to use our time wisely to pursue our passions, contribute to others, and leave a positive legacy. 18. Do not seek to possess either goods or fiefs for your old age. Material possessions and external status do not provide lasting fulfillment. Musashi advises against striving solely for wealth, power, or security in old age. Instead, he suggests focusing on inner virtues, personal growth, and the cultivation of wisdom that transcends material wealth. This principle encourages us to prioritize inner richness and the development of character over the accumulation of external possessions. By seeking personal growth and cultivating meaningful connections with others, we can lead a fulfilling and purposeful life regardless of our material possessions. 19. Respect Buddha and the gods without counting on their help. Musashi acknowledges the importance of spirituality and reverence, but advises against relying solely on divine intervention. This principle encourages self-reliance, personal responsibility, and the active pursuit of our goals. It reminds us to acknowledge and respect higher powers while taking charge of our own lives. By balancing faith with personal agency, we can find strength and guidance from within while maintaining humility and reverence for forces greater than ourselves. 20. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. This principle highlights the significance of integrity and honor in one's actions. Musashi suggests that while physical survival may not always be possible, maintaining one's honor and integrity is essential. It emphasizes the importance of upholding principles and values even in difficult circumstances. This principle reminds us to act with integrity, even when faced with challenges or adversity, as our honor and reputation define us in the eyes of others and, more importantly, in our own self-perception. 21. Never stray from the way. The way here refers to the path of self-improvement, discipline, and enlightenment. This principle serves as a constant reminder to stay committed to personal growth and the pursuit of excellence. It encourages us to align our actions with our values and to continually seek self-improvement. By staying true to our chosen path, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and integrity. This principle invites us to cultivate discipline, focus, and perseverance, knowing that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. Miyamoto Musashi's Dokkodo serves as a timeless guide, inspiring individuals across generations to live with integrity, purpose, and a profound understanding of the human experience. It is a testament to the enduring wisdom of Miyamoto Musashi, a renowned swordsman and philosopher whose teachings continue to resonate with seekers of truth and seekers of a meaningful life.